Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You know what time it is, and I know by now you know what score it is. Man United 2. I forgot the bloody name.
Sheriff.
Thank you so much, Sheriff Neil. Oh, what a way to start the agenda. Let's go,
get it.
guys. Let's go. Guys, just forgive me. I haven't done it in a long time, man. And my brain just froze, man. Yes. Welcome to the agenda. Below we've got Pat, Mr. Lawless. How you doing, big man?
Not bad, lads. Not bad. Feeling good. Another victory under Eric Ten Hag's belt. What more could we ask for?
And one day I see that grin, boy. There's a lot of times last season they never had that grin. How you doing, man?
It's more to do with the intro. You forgot the team's name, but I suppose you're deputising for the team. I say deputising, but yeah, there's
I get it. I get it.
Sheriff. I saw the title, and I know you made the title, Mr. P, and that made me chuckle as well. Very, the wordplay is very good. So, but not as good as some of the football we played today. Some of the play is really. I know the opposition was good, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to talk about what we just saw, and I know it's the confidence is up again. Yeah, really enjoyed that.
Right, before we go any further, Eddie, Mr. Waffle, we see ya. Mr. Bassett, welcome, we see you. Talking you, we see you. Football United TV, we see you. FC Forever, yes, it's the Cookie Collective on tonight. We see you right out there. Guys, obviously I know Monday we were having a little chat backstage about the opposition. I don't care about the opposition, to be honest. I will care about the confidence building. How do you think the game went in maybe a overall view before we get a little bit too deep into what went on?
It's three of us, we just chat. Yeah, so selection, I think there was a discussion, wasn't there? We played a different selection against Real Sociedad, coming off a couple of wins, and it didn't work out. We brought in Maguire, we brought in Shaw, a few other players, and it didn't work out for us on a night at home. So this time away to get 3 points on the board, he went back to playing his strongest selection. I think the strongest selection he could have played from the lineup that we had, the team that he could rely on, the players that have been consistent for him in the league. And yeah, that they went out there and they done the job. They got the 3 points. That was the most important thing out there. We discussed it before the show where we were saying, oh, maybe we can play the youngsters, maybe we can start with, that kind of thing. But the manager, he always says, he repeats time and time again, he wants to win every game. So if you want to get the opportunity, it might take a bit longer for these guys to come in. Maybe we qualify and we've got a game, free game that we could drop a few players, then he might play Garnachos or the Zidans or even the Donny van der Beeks who got injured. I was looking forward to seeing him play as well. So I'm really happy with the team selection. It meant that he meant business. It was great for the home fans as well to see players like Ronaldo. This is the farewell tour for Ronaldo. I imagine he's going to be retired in the next few years, So the 12,000 people that watched the game today, they would have, remembered that for the rest of their lives. But yeah, like you said, the team selection, the competition is the big question mark for me now about the quality. I reckon my Sunday team, with a bit of training, could have, done all right against them myself. They weren't that good, to be honest. Like they got when they beat Real Madrid last season, they've only got one player left from that team. It's a mixed batch, a few Africans, a few Brazilians, and get them together, say, right, play some football, and they're not very good at all, in my opinion. But that doesn't take away from what we did. We still had to go out there and beat them, which we did. So I don't know what you think, Pat, but like I'm not being critical. I am being critical, but I just think the competition, it is when it is, Pat. When you play low level teams like that, it's hard to raise your game again because it got to the point where we're just strolling out there. You saw what Ericsson was doing; he's smoking a pipe.
Professional is the word we were tonight.
Thank you.
Professional is the word. We were by far levels above them. But unfortunately, Eric Ten Hag had to play a full strength squad because our B team let us down in the last game. And we couldn't afford for that to happen again, which is not Eric Ten Hag's fault. It's the players who we chose for the last game's fault. This game around, I really enjoyed it. Did I find it a little bit boring at times? Yes. Did I think they were getting a little bit dirty towards the end of the game because they were getting frustrated because they couldn't get the ball out of us? Yes. They'd one or two good players that probably last year could have punished us. There was that young lad Rashid. He came on he had a chance on goal towards the end, and he hit it over the top and it landed on the top of the net. And the crowd, the sheriff, lost their mind. Thank God it didn't go in, by the way. But yeah, professional. We done what we had to do. We saw the game out. I'm I'm happier that we didn't come away with any injuries because they were getting a little bit too comfortable with kicking the heels of players and catching heels towards the end. I didn't like that. But look, that's what's going to happen when you're getting the ball passed around you for the end of 90 minutes. These things happen, you know.
Mr. B,
Yeah.
look, you're asking questions. There's 3 of us here today. All right.
You're not getting away that lightly.
You know, are you agreeing with us that, you know, that it was like we've done the business? And what about the selection? Would you have started with like youngsters? Because you're a manager. If you know, when you're going away and you got against a weaker team, do you play weaker players to give them an opportunity to have a little run out?
We're normally the weakest team that plays, so it's not, so to be honest, I never get that luxury of one day, man. I'll be dead honest, man. But with United, no, they messed up in the first game against Sociedad. Granted, Sociedad was the harder, obviously it's going to be the hardest team in the group, but the Maguires, the Shaws, whoever played that last game, they played themselves out of this one. If they had won it, maybe they would have had more of a chance. But this was a must-win game, and Ten Hag right now with the team that he put out, even down to play McTominay over Casemiro, we laugh. But let's be honest, McTominay is keeping Casemiro out of our team. You know, so he went for the strongest available. Maybe if Rashford was available, Ronaldo wouldn't have played. Who knows? But Anthony's starting, Sancho's starting. You look at the 2 fullbacks, looks like Dallow's going to play every single game of the season. He played Eriksen in there, who I know we'll talk about at the end of the show. So yeah, I was very happy with the team that he put out. It looks like he meant business, so I'll take that all day. Sorry, I keep forgetting. I was looking at Cookie's message there. And yeah, she always throws me off with the Cookie comments. But Jaden, his goal today. Let's have a little discussion. We won't. I know, you know, that he started the season. How this is what I wanted to see from him last season. I think he's comfortable in the formation now. I think he's very comfortable in the system, and actually think that he's thriving under Ten Hag. 7 games into the season, granted, but already he looks like a better player than he did last season. Pat, Sancho, his performance today, the goal that he didn't take, the goal that he took. But you know what? I'm going to put this to a Monday first. Pat.
He looked fitter. That's all I can say, lads. He looks
fitter.
He definitely looks fitter than he does last year. He looks like he lost a bit of weight anyway.
Do you think that it's, you know, he's been taking him off on the hour? Do you think that was more down to getting him up to being able to play a full 90 minutes, or do you think that it's just that his level keeps dropping off?
Maybe it could be because they're working on that extra bit hard and they're thinking that, do you know what, 90 minutes just isn't right for him at the moment with all the extra training we have him doing. We'll give him the 60 minutes, see how he fares out, and then we'll take him off. It could be a case of they're working him harder off the pitch than they want him to work harder on the pitch at the moment, just to get him up to speed.
Monday?
I think it's nothing to do with fitness or taking him off after 60. Sancho's a quality player. Sancho's a team player. He plays for the team. He brings the ball. He gets the ball. He tracks players and he pops it off. And he's always looking for 1-2s, little triangles, that kind of thing. He comes in field. We've seen a lot of goals this season where he's come in field, picks up the ball in those areas there, like a number 10. Great control in tight areas. Chop a man in half. Who did it? Was it Ben White or somebody left on the floor before? Was that against Arsenal? Chopped whoever it was, yeah. And same again today in a tight area. Control the ball in the box. Chop, finish. Beautiful. So that's what he can do. He can come inside and score goals at that. But he's got good tight control, good touch, good technique. He can square people up. He can shake and bake, or he can just pop it off. Really good team player. I think if you exploit him to his maximum, which the manager will do eventually, we start to see the best of him. You can't expect, like I keep saying, it's not Kanchelskis, it's not Giggs flying down the wing. You're not going to get that sort of player with Sancho like that. You're going to see a creative, playmaking wide man who can come inside and link up the play, and that's what he does really well. And that's his game. We don't expect any more than that. He ain't got electric pace. Just let him do his thing. Let him bring players into play. And when you're playing in a better team, you can see a better player out of him. And this is what we're seeing right now. The goal was fantastic, by the way. Once again, don't call us a counter-attacking team. We can. I know it wasn't great opposition, but proved against Arsenal, we can have possession. And this is a great move. Great little bit of possession in the 17th minute where we popped the ball around, pop, pop, pop. I noticed just before that, Ronaldo wasn't getting many touches. But what he did try to do is draw defenders out. And he started coming deep because you realised, wow, the guy was like, I got a job. I can mark Ronaldo and I'll get my fame from this, the guy was on his back. And Ronaldo realised, wow, these guys are young, they're fresh, they're going to clap me. Let me just draw them out. Let's just take them out of shape and use your intelligence here, which is something I thought, I was worried about Ronaldo at one point. So that sort of movement, you might not see it, but coming out, drawing defenders out, and the little rotations that we had, with how do you break down a low block, that's how you do it, popping the ball around. Eriksen instrumental once again. I was going to say he played a little reverse pass just before the goal. And it's just like, once again, we've seen this goal before in the Premiership, where we're popping it around, pop, 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 little movements, little rotations, and suddenly we get one killer ball into the area, which was played, Eriksen played into Sancho, chop, chop, Sui, finish your dinner, let's go home. That was it, it was done. And I really enjoyed that goal. It was really nice. It's just a shame at the opposition because I don't want to boast up too much. People say, oh, that was only Sheriff, but we shot them down and then run them out of town. So, yeah, I'm happy to go. I'm happy with Sancho as long as the team is playing well and possession-based like that. And we start to appreciate what Sancho's got. No one will be faulting him, saying, oh, he's not fit or he's overweight. That's why he's taking him off or anything else. Nothing to do with that, in my opinion.
I love that. Your opinion. Can we have some of the people in the comments opinion, please, on Monday?
Yeah, sure. So there's a few comments that I've shouted out here. We've said hello to everybody. Gavin Wardenhouse, 5 out of 10 on the game from me. We won, but it wasn't convincing at all, he's saying. A lot of people in the commentary were saying we should have battered them, scored a load of goals, but we didn't really turn up the heat. Matty, who done the commentary with Talk MU, were deputizing for Mr. B today, said, Mr. B, I'm glad to be the only donut they chose to fill your boots while watching the live watch along. Hard shoes to fill, but thanks for asking. Thank you, Talk MU and Matty, by the way. FC United said, good result for us. I think, though, it was a difficult pitch to play on. They were all doing a Chris Smalling, trying to pass the ball, break leg approach. You sure you get that? Emma Kay is saying, even though the second half was dead, though, I do think we were getting a good rhythm and some promising plays. That's really, I agree with you. Matty saying UK Strange feels like Darth and Wayne's World too after the Sharon Stone incident. Look, we love this about you guys. We have a little jokes thing. HG Game said, I don't want to get anyone excited, but if the next games of Arsenal and City are bad results, we're in a small race maybe. Talking about title maybe. And Just Telling's in the house saying Ronaldo is key.
He's also saying
who can hate Ronaldo? He's such a good guy. Big fan of Ronaldo. All these comments about Ronaldo. Look at this. If Ronaldo goes to Asia, oh God. Anyway, Full-Time Sports Network. That's our sister's channel. Guys, if you're part of the Man United agenda, go and support this channel as well. It's part of us, all our boys. Column, you know the rest. Rebel, loads of people from there, from Man United agenda associated with that. All of us are really. He said, I think the expectations need to be managed, lads. Not exactly top class opposition on Monday. Ronaldo scored against F-tier opposition. I'm going to leave it there.
This is Amanda. I know you were saying about the standard. This is what happens when you get to the group stage. If you was in Champions League, we're under. I'm not going to go back to history, but when we were, running things in the Champions League, we were always the favourite. So it was always we were. Now we're in a competition where we feel maybe we're too superior for it. We're not, because our performance of last season proved that we're not. So this group stage, really, it should have been the Maguires. It should have been the Shaws playing, but they effed up the first one. Now, we had to play to get themselves out of trouble. Maybe he'll take a chance and play them against Ammonia in the next round, whenever that's going to be. Maybe that's the chance where they get to. If they mess up again, then guess what? The A team then has to play again. These players have to take their opportunity and play. You know, they have to take the opportunity to take the chance and play. If not, then you know they're going to be sitting on the bench. I mean, are they going to get the chance in the Coca-Cola? Who knows? You know, Ronaldo today, overall performance, including his penalty. In certain times today, I watched Ronaldo. He really did look old. There was a ball played down the side of him in the first half, and I thought maybe not last season, maybe the season before, he would have been on the end of that.
Yeah,
I still think looking at him, certain players tend to look for his pass first, but I enjoyed it. The fact that he played, the fact that he got his goal, I think he needed the goal. Regardless of how a goal comes, penalty, back of your head, back heel, overhead kick, they all count as one. So I think that himself's going to give him the confidence. And I think slowly but surely if there was any animosity at the start of the season, I think it's slowly moving itself off. And I think as long as he accepts the role that he's got, he probably accepts that he's not fit. He needed to do the whole of that pre-season for Ten Hag. He wasn't, I think slowly but surely now, he's integrating himself into the way that the team, I'm saying the team wants him to play. He will get his opportunities and he will still be scoring goals. But right now, I think as holistically, the team, I think it feels like it's in a good place. The subs, the players who aren't being picked for the big games, I think that's making a big difference as well. There's not so much backbiting, there's not so much bitching, and there's definitely not as much leaks going on about there, you know what I mean? But Ronaldo's penalty, I'm gonna start with you again on Monday. Opinions, thoughts?
I didn't think it was a penalty. The ball went past Dalot. But once again, a lovely move, playing football in their half. It was a lovely 1-2 between Bruno and Dalot, a sort of delayed 1-2. Dalot, didn't really point, but he had to go. And the guy just stuck his foot out. And the ball was going off for a goal kick anyway. So I didn't think it was a penalty. I don't know, people might disagree with me, but I just didn't think it was a penalty at all. I think I would rather score goals in open play rather than rely on something like that. And if it would have been 1-0, we would have had to step it up again. It's just about levels again. So Ronaldo took the penalty, put it down the middle. I was looking at him, I was thinking, where would you take this? What are you going to do? Because he usually puts it to his left, and the goalkeeper went that way, and just down the middle, lovely finish like that. But overall, talking about Ronaldo's game, the manager was asked in the press conference before the game, are you playing Ronaldo? Obviously, the Moldovan crowd wanted to see him. I think Just Telling definitely wanted to see him. And I don't think he performed that well, to be honest. Like you were saying, looked a bit weak. I thought he was stronger than that. You see his build, he's 6'2". You think he could hold up the ball good, but these guys are just coming through him, pinching him, getting there first, that kind of thing. And I thought he has to adapt and use his intelligence now, like I was saying earlier, to draw people out of position and try to be effective that way. Because a couple of times the ball came to feet. I wrote in the first 10 minutes, Ronaldo off the pace keeps giving the ball away. And simple, like sometimes you're playing, the ball's coming into him, he's got time to turn. If you'd have a look to turn or a thing, he's playing it back again, when really he's got more time to do things. I think it's nice to see the Portuguese factor. I can see Anthony is looking at him, like, yeah, we can be buddies, we can do a little sleeve sharp and in celebrate.
Sharpie shuffle.
Yeah, they're on the same page. I like that because they're supposed to speak Portuguese. They're both skillful. I see Anthony's went to pick him up when Ronaldo's on the floor. We didn't have to. He ran the extra mile just to go and pick him up. So yeah, we're buddies, that kind of thing. So that's the kind of impact that a player like Just Telling is going on about why Ronaldo could be effective for us. Having that sort of play around, it lifts other people. People want to impress him, and he certainly does. Overall performance, not very good for me from Ronaldo, but obviously he's got the penalty. That will give him, spur him on, and he will start learning now that he needs to be a bit stronger, be a bit more dynamic if he can. And like you said, that ball over the top, running away from defenders is not going to be happening anymore. So try to adapt your game to be effective and get more. Because what other opportunities did he really have? Like you said, that was a lovely ball by Martinez in the first half. There's a bit of a play where he came deep. Martinez was playing it around. Love how Varane was sort of raiding forward and Martinez was sitting there dictating and pinging. Like, this was making me laugh. Martinez and Varane, very different players. Martinez sitting there saying, I don't need to run. I'll just pick out passes, let the ball do the work. Varane was getting the ball and just pushing forward, driving with the ball and just bring it, coming into the opposition half and then popping it off, that kind of thing. But Martinez's passing is brilliant, as you saw with that chance where I felt Ronaldo should have wanted it first time when he played the straight ball, which had enough backspin on it for Ronaldo, but he sort of held it up and got a little charge in the back and went down. I'm thinking, come on, bruv, hit that first time, in my opinion. So overall, Ronaldo's impact wasn't that great, but I'm talking about the other side of things where other players are getting influenced by him and want to improve and want to play well with him. So that's the kind of effect you have with that experience and everything around him, which that kind of impact is special. So moving on, I think other guys are still ahead of him based on that performance.
Pat?
Touching on the way Marcus Rashford celebrated last week, I thought Cristiano Ronaldo's celebration this week was quite similar. You could see a big aura of relief on the man's face just to get a goal. It's obviously killing him that he's not getting that. Look, I was watching him last season, and you're thinking to yourself, like, look how good he is. He's amazing, Viva Ronaldo and all that. How is he ever going to slow down? And I don't think overnight, like the light switch, he's just going to go from that to what he is now. So fingers crossed. I think he is going to get better. He's just not sharp at the moment. He will get a bit better. He's not going to be back to the best he was, but he will get better and he will get goals and he will have to adjust his game because he clearly isn't as fast as he was last year. But he's by no means finished. And I think he will get better as the year goes out. How he played tonight, look, as we said, lads, it was one of them professional performances. We weren't exactly flooding their box and feeding him with every ball he was looking for. There was one or two balls that was crossed in by Eriksen. Lovely crosses, nicked off Ronaldo's feet because the defender got there before him. Not because Ronaldo was too slow, just because the defender got in front of him. So it wasn't that bad of a game. But look, I hope he gets better. That's all I can say.
He will. Have faith. Ten Hag will make him better. Ten Hag will make him better. Obviously, during the summer transfer window, we spent money on players. We bought players. We obviously wanted a lot of players to leave. One player that came in today, I think since he's actually come into the team, hold on, where the bloody hell's it gone? There you go. Since he's come into the team, I think he's made such a difference to everything that we do today. Now, my opinion on my man of the match, I'm not even going to discuss anything else, discuss anybody else. I'm going to give my man of the match to Eriksen. Guys in the chat, there's 21 in you, so I am expecting 27 likes at least by the end of the show. Solo's a taskmaster, and he's going to say that we want 50. But I'll take 27 likes, guys. Man of the match today. Your reasons for man of the match would be appreciated in the comments. I'm just going to go through mine today. The pass for Sancho's goal. As great as the finish was by Sancho, Eriksen wasn't looking when he made the pass. He's got a different level of spatial awareness. And right now I'm beginning to see what the Tottenham fans saw in him. Inter Milan didn't get to see in him, and what the Denmark team see in him. Today, I just think he was levels again above everything he wanted. He's the battery in our clock at the moment. If he's not playing, the clock don't work. It's as simple as that for me. Absolutely class performance again. Amondi?
Let's make a whole show on Eriksen, the Eriksen Appreciation Show. Who wants to join us? It's a celebration of what a beautiful football player. The game is easy, guys. And I would say to anyone, he's so good that I would say, watch goals, watch Eriksen, watch certain players that make the game look simple because they're not doing anything spectacular. They're not doing step overs. They're not dropping the shoulder and doing all these crazy, stupid skills. Like Anthony, not to say Anthony's not a good player, he's still a good player, but you got to learn from this. The tempo, he controls the tempo. It's like he's at the wheel. He's driving at his pace under the speed limit. And when he wants to put his foot down, he can put his foot down and hit a pass. On the money. He's a top player, Brad. I mean, I want to go off, like really blow up here and really go off. Today, I know, but it's because of the opponents. People say, you're bigging it up too much. But this has been coming for a few weeks. We've seen what a great player is in a big club, how he can perform. And I'm so pleased that the manager appreciates him and does expect him to be this hustle bustle, tackling or mighty midfielder. He's effective what he does. It's just like when Scholes was playing high up the pitch, scoring goals, getting on the end of things, playing sort of a 10 or something, then drops back into midfield. He couldn't tackle. He'd get in there though, but he could play football, and that's the main thing. Eriksen now, like there was a left foot cross he had again, which went down the corridor of uncertainty for defenders. Luckily, the defender got off and went for a corner. I was like, my gosh, how do you do that? And the thing is, if that was me in that position, no one would be running to the box and saying, Zach can't play into the man. You know what's the point? But all the guys were like, Eriksen's got it on the left foot. I'm gone, because all he has to do is look up. And I can see even Ronaldo is like trying to play a ball with him and, appreciates him. None of this throwing his hands up in the air when the pass doesn't go or someone lets it go. He's doing it to a certain man. He won't do that to Eriksen. Eriksen is the word baller is thrown around a lot, but he's a really, really good footballer. And the game is very simple. And I just want to go out now, even though the lights are gone, the street lights are on. I want to go out there and kick some football or go and play five-a-side and do a little 1-2 touch on people. It's such a beautiful game, and he makes it so exciting for me. More exciting. I'd rather see that sort of football than Anthony doing step overs or stupid or nuts in people, that kind of thing. I loved his game. Left foot, right foot, developed. Passing through eye of a needle, developed. Glenn Hoddle, eat your heart out. Johan Cruyff, eat your heart out. Paul Scholes, Valderrama. We could go on for days. Football is the best game in the world, and he's just perfecting it. I just love this guy. I'm actually thinking about getting a shirt with an Eriksen on it. But guys, I can see Eriksen in the MOM thing. He deserves it, and he deserves it every game because he makes us tick.
Let's just open up the floodgates here, Monty, and be honest. If I was at the game tonight, I'd have ran out onto the pitch, picked the fella up, and carried him around the pitch after 90 minutes and said, "Where have you been all my life?" And I would have just carried him back to the dressing room and said, "Thanks again." He's excellent. He's silky. The balls he plays. His discipline is infectious, because you could see it in the second half. Casemiro was staying beside him in the double pivot. It was excellent. And I love watching out for this double pivot as well now, because you can see it on the grass lines of the pitch from where Eriksen is, that Casemiro staying beside him as well. And this is in the second half now, obviously, I'm talking about. But look, I'd never seen him. I don't think I've ever seen him playing this well for Tottenham. I've seen him play like this for Denmark. I don't think I've ever seen him play this well for Tottenham. Maybe I just didn't watch him enough. But he's just an excellent footballer. Maybe he wasn't being utilised properly at Tottenham. But what we're seeing so far, or maybe we're just used to such rubbish play. I don't know. But at the moment, he's just a joy to watch. And that's all I can say. Now, man of the match, I wanted to give it to Eriksen. But, man, I'm becoming a fanboy of Martinez so much. Oh, man. The way I swear to God, he sticks out that chest just to get people going. You know that? He's trying to do the Cantona chest. He takes that ball, picks it up at defense, and he's not afraid to step forward past the defender or two and play the ball forward, which I'm starting to really enjoy. He's so confident in doing it as well. So, Eriksen for my man of the match, but Martinez closely behind him. And just because I'm really enjoying the footballer that he is.
I like that.
Sorry, I have to go for the comments because I want this Eriksen talk to remain. Don't move on yet, Mr. B. Do you mind if I just hear some of what the people have to say? People, speak to me about Eriksen. So obviously, Mr. B's put the question out there about man in the match. Bath time today, I'm sure Ronnie was delighted to have McTominay suing it in his ears like a rabid cow running free. Yes. Let's start it here. So Bath time. I respect Bath Time's opinion. He said Eriksen was immense, clearly. Want to say hi to Tabrice. How you doing, Tabrice? Go and check out Amateur Football Channel. This is the grassroots man, the best defender in grassroots football, veterans football. That'd be Tabrice. Better than me, yes, even better than me. Apparently, so they say in South London, but I'm the best in West London. But he's saying Eriksen is looking like a player that he was back in the Ajax days. Eriksen was great because he went into the back line and progressed the ball and got us up the pitch, was neat, tidy on the ball and protected the block like he was Pac-Man. Love it. I want to say hi to Super Nick, my musical friend from Twitter. Glad you could join us, girl. You know your ball. You know your music. She's saying Eriksen's the link man who knows what's happening all over the pitch, sometimes before it happens. Brilliant.
Agree.
That's absolutely Eriksen was quality again today. He said, Talk MU done the live commentary, so he should know. Gavin Ward said, Eriksen, I wish he was English. He is world class. Put it out there, man. Put it out there. Repeat that. HG Gamer said, Eriksen Appreciation Society. Damn right. Should have said J-Lo instead of Pac-Man, but we all make mistakes. It's bath time. Super Nick saying he's adaptable and assured in his knowledge of what to do more often than not. Super Nick, join us, man. I love how you talk about football. Just telling said Eriksen was easy, not 85 million if he hadn't had his heart attack. Once again, Barca saying, Monday, what do you call a pivot when a pivot drops into the centre back to make it back free? This is what Eriksen was doing. I can't remember the guy's name. You have to do that. Don't try and stitch me up on live TV. Barca. Football United, that's Matty. Matty don't watch the show as well. He said Eriksen is a story of beauty. I bet Milan are gutted Brentford. I've gutted Brentford. I'm proud of you for giving him the chance to come back. And obviously, I don't know if you heard on the commentary, guys, but did anyone else catch that Anthony has been at the club for 2 weeks and he spent half the time pranking Fred, which has been I like the idea. You got to bring good atmosphere to the club, you know. And Bath Time says I actually thought solo when they said that about
Anthony and Fred. Yeah.
So everyone's bigging up a thing. Just want to say hi as well to Kuda. Said hi, guy. A bit late to the party, but did you all talk about De Gea stopped playing from the back when Maguire came on? Yes, I saw that. Kuda, you need to join the eye test because yes, we noticed that too. Maguire's like, get on the pitch. None of that around here. Good shout. And Sports Chris, man, big up. How you doing? Says this is the best game United played all season. Total control. McTominay looked like Carrick. Eriksen looked like Scott. Wow. They're going off out here, man. They're really going off. And it's cool. I'm not going to pronounce this. Blur. Do you want to do the honors for me, Pat?
Lavopian build-up in it, we on.
Okay.
No, there it is. I'm not even going to guess what it is.
Obviously, UK Strange, man. Big up, man. He's saying Butcher of Manchester. You know who they're talking about there. So, yeah, we're delighted. I mean, it's really nice to get some positive comments about players again. I just want to say once again, hi to Stuart Marshall. How you doing, Stuart Marshall? Thanks for the chat yesterday. We spoke yesterday. Stuart Marshall's a proper fan. Travels all the way to Man United with his mates. And he will be doing some things in the future for the Man United agenda because we incorporate all. We're one big community. So, Stuart Marshall, go and check him out, guys. Top fan and big respect to you, bro. Sorry, over to you.
No, it's not over to me. It's over to them. It's over to us. And guess what, guys? It's over for us for a night. We came in, we popped in. Yes, it was the Eriksen loving. But if he keeps doing that, then we're just gonna keep on loving him.
The Eriksen agenda.
Here you go. If you are new to the channel, if you are just passing, hit that subscribe button. If you're not and you've been here before, hit the like button. It's Friday tomorrow. We have no game over the weekend. Good grief. 8:30, we will be here. 10 o'clock, we will be here as always with the takeaway. Guys, please enjoy your evening. It's been us on the agenda. Me on Monday. And as always, Pat Lawler sitting down there with his what's his name? I forgot his Martinez chest. I see. Don't think I don't see.
I love it when he does it. I love it. He sticks the arms out and everything.
Oh, our little pit bull, man, the butcher from Manchester, guys.
He's great, he is.
As always, look, the agenda. We've won. Be happy. 2-0. Look, all we need to do is get through ammonia. This team again. We all know it's going to go down to the Real Sociedad game. Next game we are playing is actually Man City. I did see a couple of conversations about the midfield. But guess what? We'll have a show about that on the agenda during the international break. So, guys, from us on the agenda on Monday, as always.
Thanks, Mr. B. Thanks, Pat.
Cheers,
Thanks,
Pat,
guys.
as always,
Cheers, everybody.
thank you, guys, in the chat. Again, thank you very much. You don't have to be here. We know you are. Appreciate it. Thanks again.